Unless someone else deleted a question from here. In any case, for good video editing program, from my own personal experience, I started with Lightworks, do not recommend. I then used Shotcut, very, very good if the only thing you want to do is just take a bunch of clips and stick them side by side, like you're making a Fortnite compilation or something. Very good at that one thing. That symbol is pound, not euro. Oh, okay. However, I currently use DaVinci Resolve. Now, one of the good things with DaVinci Resolve is it uses the same hotkey shortcuts as Shotcut. So if you learn Shotcut and later go to DaVinci Resolve, your time spent learning things in Shotcut is not wasted. That does translate and scale to Resolve. But DaVinci Resolve has a free version, and that's what I use whenever I edit my own stuff, and what I used up until Noxie started professionally editing my stuff. Yeah, it can do a lot. Like anytime when I was using DaVinci Resolve, anytime I was like, I wonder if there's a way I could, do a spiral transition where the thing spins. I Googled it, and it's like, how to spiral transition in DaVinci. Found it right away, and then I was able to do it. Like it could do anything I thought of to throw at it. I know Muck uses DaVinci Resolve. Yep. Hello. My question is, how can I get better in Guild Wars 2 PvP and make a career out of it? Oh, my sweet summer child. I don't think there's anyone in the world that has made a career out of Guild Wars 2 PvP. Syndrinner, arguably one of the best PvP people in Guild Wars 2, maybe could pay one of his bills each month from the subs he gets. Like, you don't make a career out of it. As far as how to get better at Guild Wars 2 PvP, I've got a guide that can get you started on the basics. If you want to get trained by a master, you could watch some of like the Valen's guides or Syndrin or stuff like that. But if you're trying to pay the bills, unless you're there's tons of people already great at PvP that don't have a career out of it. And you would need to be better than them if all you're banking on is skill. However, you can be bad at the game as long as you're entertaining. That's how I do it. If you can be funny or something, then you don't have to be good. So that would be my recommendation. Don't try to beat the top 0.1% of gamers. Try to do it from another angle. But yeah, Guild Wars 2 PvP does not have a professional scene. I don't think it will ever recover to the point where it will. So let's say you became the top PvP in Guild Wars 2. There's no esports for it. There's not some esports professional gaming scene with trophies waiting for you at the top. There's nothing there. So it would just be streaming and maybe getting subs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, if you make entertaining YouTube videos, you would get revenue from that. If you're doing stuff on stream, there's occasional subs and bits and stuff like that, but it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. Errol, this isn't the place to ask that. Okay, let's see. Was there any other questions in the Twitch chat? Curmudgeon said, how do we ask a question, but didn't actually ask a question. Missed the boat by 10 years. Yeah, something like that. All right. Kyric, novice YouTuber and interested in streaming. Number 1, how did you come up with the Asura puppet? What? And alchemist designs for your brand? Okay, hold on. I think I know what they're talking about. Give me a second here. All right. I have to find this stuff. Okay, first off, when they said puppet, I think they're talking about this artwork. One that's not it's not supposed to be an Asura. Very early when I was streaming, I was trying to think of what do I want to be my logo, my mascot? I was like, I was playing a lot of different games at the time, and I was like, what is something consistent to me in every game I play? And the first thing I thought of was I like playing pet builds. Necromancer summoning minions, an elementalist summoning elementals, an engineer building turrets or drones or robots, a ranger with animal companions, a In Skyrim, using illusion magic to mind control people. You know, basically control. Basically a puppet master. That was the first thing that came to mind. So with basically napkin art, I sketched out what I wanted it to be. In my first logo, I paid $20 to an artist. I don't regret it. And he sent me back this. This was the first version of the logo. And I used this for almost a year, and it served me well. And this is the first one. So a year in, I took this logo and I found a guy on Fiverr that his art, his portfolio looked like he was a freaking comic book artist for Marvel. And I said, hey, I would like to hire you to redo this logo with your skill. And he's like, okay. And he charged $100. And he gave me back this. So if there's a lesson here, it's that most of the time with artists, you will get what you pay for. That's not to say that this guy was bad or cheated me, but this was $20 of work. This was $100 of work. So that's one of the things there. So it was meant to be a puppet master. Kind of looks like the Grim Reaper at this point, but yeah. Over time, cutesy emotes kind of took over Twitch, like, you know, Baru and Co-Carnage, like their emotes kind of took over. So I started, trying to like lean into that angle, and I met this guy who made all of these. And I absolutely love them. I adore them. I would love at some point to get this guy redone in this chibi style. But yeah, so I've got these guys, and we made a website that was called Mukluk Labs. And Mukluk Labs needed a logo. So thought about it for a while, and I was like, what's something that is identifiable with a lab? We came up with like a flask. And so I got that same emote artist to do a picture of my guy in cutesy form holding a flask. We actually reused the assets from the high emote to do that and saved him half of the work. But yeah, so that was the evolution of my stuff. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how it happened for me. But yeah, I was trying to find something easily recognizable as me, decided Puppet Master, and eventually became that chibi little Reaper minion looking guy. And now he's on my shirt. All right. What decision, let me get it where you can see it again. What decision making went into your branding as a whole, such as the guild name? All right, let me do this bit by bit. The guild name was originally called the Bone Zone. That was a joke. My son, when he was 6 years old, was in my lap and I was playing Subnautica on Father's Day. And in Subnautica, the levels on the map are things like the tropical zone, the Arctic zone. They're all like that. And then we went to this area that had like Leviathan bones, like ribs the size of skyscrapers. We're putting through it in a submarine. And my son is like, Dad, I bet this place is called the Bone Zone. And me, being a mature adult, said... And my massive chat of 10 people all just burst out laughing. We loved it. And ever since then, we were talking about the Bone Zone. He didn't know what was up. And he just knew that it made us laugh. And so, of course, he kept saying it. So the guild the first guild we made in Guild Wars 2 was called the Bone Zone. PG stream, by the way. And later on, I rebranded to the lab because I felt like every single time someone new in the community heard Bone Zone, they thought I was lewd. And I was honestly tired of trying to like defend it and say that it wasn't lewd. It was after the 400 times, it was exhausting. So I changed it to the lab, but the Bone Zone emote is still there for the OGs. So, then it became the lab. And the lab came with the rebranding. Now I welcome people to the lab. We've got the lab, which is the website, and the guy with the potion bottle emote, stuff like that. Music selections. Don't really have any, like, music selections. I use some free to use as long as I let them advertise in the, like, here, hold on a second. If I go to, so there's this website called Pretzel Rocks. And you can play music here, and it hooks up to your Twitch. You can pay them or use it for free. If you use it for free, you have to let them say the name of the artist in the song in the chat when the artist is playing. So that's like one line every 3 minutes. It's not that bad. But yeah, it's... All the music I use for the intro of my stream and giveaways is here on Pretzel. Very limited functionality if you are using it as a free person, but it's there. It's there. And yeah, hold on. I think I never actually showed it. But yeah, this is Pretzel. Yeah, this is the thing. And then when I fade it out, I just pull the volume slider over. But yeah, that's it. There's also Stream Beats. Stream Beats is another that does not copyright claim. It's free to use their stuff. You can use it if you want to. I can recommend Stream Beats or Pretzel for that purpose. You absolutely do not want to use something you might get copyright struck for. You will lose a fight with the music industry. Those people are psycho. Don't go near them. All right, the guild name, the lamb, the music. I do know the individual stories of the Bones on how You're Welcome got longer. Curious if there was some process used to connect or continue them. No, it was just kind of like things happened and it became catchy and we used it for a long time. That's it. If you knew that part of the story, then that's pretty much it. Okay. Just a second. Once again, if anyone in Twitch chat has any more questions to throw in, I'm actually getting through these really quick because I'm not getting interrupted by anything. Feel free to throw them out. Bone Chip might as well be, Bone Chip. Bone Zone might as well be Rude Chip's personal emote. Yeah, you're right. He uses that all the time. Bone Chip. All right. Okay. Dominated. Hey there, Muck. I'm an aspiring YouTuber and streamer, still figuring out things after about 4 months or so. First questions. Why did you decide to have a separate/second YouTube channel to upload playthroughs onto? Would it not benefit your primary channel to have all content be on it? Or would it disrupt Guild Wars 2 being the focus of it? What is the benefit of that? And would you recommend newer content creators do the same, have a separate account for variety games content? Moonshine, I see your question. I'll get to that next. Okay, so I had gone through a large growth spurt on YouTube. Every day I was getting 50, plus subscribers on YouTube. 50 plus subscribers on YouTube every day. And life was really good at that time. Talking about YouTube. I then decided I wanted to start saving all video game footage. Now, I made a couple of mistakes early on. For example, I now know how to upload. When I upload all the videos to my second channel. All right, so here's today's uploads, okay? When I uploaded Lost in Random parts 22 through 28, the people getting notifications on their feed only got a notification for this one. I didn't hit them with 7 notifications for new videos. I did not know how to do that when I first did it. So on the main channel, I basically sent out, I uploaded Mass Effects part 1 through 10 and, slammed people. And for the very, very, very first time, that day I lost more subs than I gained. I had a net loss of subs that day. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. Now, each of those videos still had hundreds of views. And even now, after almost a year of Mukluk Plays, many of the videos don't get views in the hundreds. So would those videos do better on the main channel if I just hurled everything there? Yes. But I think it would stunt the growth of the main channel. So, the main channel, and the fact that you think the main channel is supposed to be a Guild Wars 2 themed channel, that really kind of shows where I messed up. The Guild Wars 2, of course, is how I got really big. That wasn't the first, second, third, or even fourth thing I put on my main channel. My main channel was just supposed to be me putting video game related things that made me happy. That's it. But I take great value in humor and guides, teaching people how to do things I've already mastered. And so that's what I would do. But I blew up with Guild Wars 2. So now everybody thinks I'm just like a Guild Wars 2 content creator, and they recoil if I post other things if I'm not very, very careful about it. So yeah, that's the thing. Matsuni says maybe just post the first episode of a new game and point it to the second channel after. Just random idea. Maybe I've also thought about like Lost in Random. We just beat Lost in Random, so I'll use that as an example. Like I've got the whole playthrough of Lost in Random on my second YouTube channel, which is 28 videos. I could do like a review of the game and put it on the main channel, and then in the comment section link it to the playlist on the second channel. I've considered it. The main thing is let's play content, basically watching someone play through a game, you know, very long form content. It's a different audience. You know, my main channel, largely the people that go there are ones that want to know how to do something Guild Wars 2. Some of them have the same sense of humor as me, and they find humor in the same things I find humor in, and they like the videos that I make where I'm trying to show funny moments. And then people who like watching, you know, the long form gaming content, that's a different group of people. Sometimes there's overlap. Sometimes someone might like everything I'm dishing out. Sometimes they don't. So, yeah. For me, I split it up into 2 channels, and I remember I even did a video of me splitting it up into 2 channels because not everybody liked all the things that I liked. And I remember, you know, you remember the negative comments more than the positive ones. I remember someone in the negative, that negative camp in the comment section under the video announcing that I was going to split the channel. They were like, "Finally, I can resub to you." Like, I was like, Jesus. Like, yeah, they were one of the ones that left, apparently, and then they came back when I said that, supposedly. So, you know, there's some very big streamers. Josh Strife Hayes, who in the last year, you know, made it really big. He's got Josh Strife Hayes, where he does his very edited work. Josh Strife Plays, where he does, like, Let's Plays. And Josh Strife Says... I said it that way on purpose so it would rhyme. Where it's like, it's basically the equivalent of my minis. And I, you know, whenever I introduce new content to the main channel, like a new style of content, I have to be very careful. For example, one huge example, I posted a video where someone in my chat was talking about depression. And then I basically, I felt like I could help the person, so I stopped what I was doing and I talked to them for like 20 minutes. And it seemed to have a very positive effect on them by the end of it, you know, just giving them a different outlook. I thought that it was a good thing to share, and it might help somebody else, so I put it on the main channel. But at the beginning, I had a disclaimer, something I don't usually do, and it said, "Hey, this is a serious, heavy topic, not the kind of thing I normally post on my main channel. If this isn't for you, that's totally cool. I'll see you in the next video. If it is, let's go." You know, it was something like that. And the people that stayed and left a comment, they were very positive about it. But I had a warning at the beginning. If this isn't what you're here for, if you're just here to laugh and stuff, that's not this one. You know, so you got to be really careful about introducing new stuff because you could lose people. Is that the reason why you didn't make an RSL Hydra guide? I'm still thinking about it. It was like, I didn't record that, and I can't record it till after Tuesday when they do the reset, or Monday, whenever they do the reset. Yeah, so, okay, Raid Shadow Legends. All right, you know, memes aside, I enjoy the game. I play it a lot. I've played it for over 2 years as a mostly free-to-play player, and I'm very far in the game. And I haven't been, like, throwing money. I'm not a whale or anything like that. But, yeah, I do play the game. I recently did something in the game that very few other people have been able to pull off. I had like a breakthrough. It's the kind of thing where as a content creator, I'm like, oh my God, I want to make a guide for this. It'll get a lot of clicks, but at the same time, I fear the people on my main channel, if I don't introduce it correctly, the people on my main channel being like, oh my God, Raid Shadow Legends, isn't that one game? Because a lot of people, they see RSL, Raid Shadow Legends, and they associate it with Sellout. And then you lose them. You know, RSL has done so much spam advertising that even though I truly enjoy the game, a lot of people just associate RSL, NordVPN, and MeUndies with annoying. You know, that's what they do. And you have to be careful. It's kind of walking on eggshells there to not lose them at that point. So yeah, I do separate. I've briefly considered making a third YouTube channel, but it's difficult. For example, the second YouTube channel, Muckluck Plays. I love that channel. Like it has massive sentimental value. Someone can come to me and say, hey, have you ever played Hollow Knight? And I'm like, yeah, actually I have. It's on the second channel. Just look for the Hollow Knight playlist. And I played that years ago. They can still get joy out of Twitch streams I did years ago. It makes me so happy when I go to new comments and see someone post on some game I played months, years ago. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. He's watching this from ages ago. Because if you do something on Twitch, after like a week, no one sees that anymore. So this makes it to me, this is like my stamp collection. This doesn't do a lot for me, but it's there and it, you know, brings joy sometimes. Now that said, this entire channel is earning like $50 to $60 per month. So it is not even earning enough money that I could hire someone and say, please handle all the uploads for my second channel so I can focus on other things. It just doesn't have enough of an audience. Now it is earning some income, which is awesome, but it's not earning enough for that. So the idea of making a third channel when I don't even have the second channel self-sufficient yet is kind of, you know, so that's how it is. However, it brings me great joy. I love watching that channel grow, and you know, it's evergreen. For that target audience, it's evergreen. Because I might find someone like a new viewer tomorrow, and they really like, you know, my energy, and then they might decide I'm gonna go back and watch tons of this guy's old playthroughs in all my free time because I love this concoction. I love this mixture of stuff. You know, that guy might end up watching hundreds of videos. Hollow Knight alone was like 80 episodes or something. So yeah, for that target audience, it's evergreen. So let me pause on the Discord stuff and go back to here. So yeah, like another thing is I've considered doing some more giveaways. Though I've done one time when I first made the second channel, I did a giveaway on that channel. In order to grow it. And it got like 1,000 followers, just like that. But it's never had a growth spurt since then. It grows very, very slowly. And I would love to do something else about that. But again, it's tricky doing a giveaway on that channel when it earns $60 in a month. So it would be an investment and then hoping it, you know, pays off and it gets some new people. Okay, so Moonshine, very vague question. It said how to dad and stream. How to dad, so it depends. Like the age of the kid, it depends. For example, if you got a 1-year-old, they're tiring, but the parenting's easy. You just gotta make them not die. Like, that's it. It's like you're on the grid. They know I have you. I just need to keep you breathing. That's freaking it. It's oh, you're gonna leave a bed. No, that's it. Just make it not die. That's parenting up until they're talking. One like I remember gaming while holding him and you know, like got like a bottle under the chin. I just really needed to play some games. If they're older, it depends. I mean, sometimes your kid, at a point, your kid will get old enough to play games with you. My son and I have a tradition of doing a stream together and doing some kind of game on Father's Day, and he's trying to decide on what game we're going to play on Father's Day. He's looking at some different ones, but it totally depends on the age range. I will say, you know, I'm very fortunate that I can do something I love for my occupation and also take care of my family at the same time. But for most people, you have to basically choose, like, it's your free time. Are you gaming or are you parenting? If you're lucky, it can overlap. Make sure to take care of your people first. Make sure to take care of your people first. If you have to choose between them, make sure they're taken care of before you sit down to play. When I first started streaming, my kid's bedtime was 7 p.m. Because he was little, and I was streaming starting at 9 after he went to bed, and then my wife would be going to bed soon after I started the stream. So I was streaming from 9 p.m. to midnight and not infringing upon any of my family when I started. So I wasn't like bothering them. Now, of course, when you start earning a little bit of income, if you start earning a little bit of income from streaming, your whole family gets a lot more lenient with you because they're like, oh yeah, oh, right this way, sir. And they're lighting the runway lights for you. Please step into your office. You know, at that point, they're willing to look away from a lot of stuff because, you know, all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, it pays a bill. How about that? Yeah, go on. So, let's see. What do you think about Guild Wars 2 that made everything click? Was the next question. The ratio of viewers to streamers. Okay, so there is a website. Is it there's a few websites, Sully Gnome, Twitch Tracker, stuff like that. So here's Sully Gnome, and you can look up. See, go to games, go up to most watched, and you can see which sections are doing very good right now. Now, at the time I started playing Guild Wars 2, the number, okay, there was a small amount of streamers, but there was viewers. And of course, Teapot's been there for like, 30 years, so he had like most of them. But how can I explain this? If you start streaming Fortnite right now, you'll be on like page 50. Someone will have to scroll for days to find you with 0 viewers at the bottom of the Fortnite section. Guild Wars 2, when I started it, even with 0 viewers, I was on page 1. So as long as I had a catchy title, like my title might be like Engineer PvP, maybe in that time, maybe I was the only engineer doing PvP that was clearly labeled on the main page. People that cared about PvP or about engineer, hey, I'm going to check this guy out, see if I like him. Little did they know I sucked, but that was the trap. I got too late. I got you. I got him at that point. They couldn't get away. They were charmed. I had him. So it was that. It was the good ratio of streamers to viewers. Like if I go and play Tower of Time, or Pillars of Eternity, those sections, last I checked, there was nobody there. So yeah, I'd be on the first page, but there's no freaking viewers there, so it doesn't matter. So something where you can be on one of the top pages and also there are viewers there. That's the goal. That's the perfect middle ground. Now, all of this is thrown out the window if you have really good content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or something else that is bringing people to you, so you're not dependent upon Twitch's terrible discoverability. If you are not dependent on that, you can stream whatever you want. You can stream Fortnite, and maybe your fantastic YouTube content will bring people to you, and then you'll get off of page 50 and move up to page 2. Just going from like 0 viewers to 20, you'll move up to near the top of the list. Very, like, way higher. Okay. In terms of the channel exploding. Oh, for me, the video that made my channel explode was, hang on a second. Let me do this and sort by views. Okay, it was this video here. Why play Guild Wars 2 explaining the appeal. So you see, it's got 300,000 views, and later Noxie helped me redo the video with her professional editing skills, and it's caught. This is a year younger, and this caught up to this one and surpassed it. So that video, I already had guides for the game. This video got people who did not play the game into the game, and introduced them to me. And then if they needed other help, I had other guides. And if they needed live help, I ended the video with, and if you have any questions, I'm live every night on Twitch at ba 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 ba. So this was like opening a small floodgate for me. It made my YouTube channel blow up, and then it carried my Twitch along with it. So that's largely why I was known as the Guild Wars 2 guy. That was what really blew me up. Now that you're focusing more on variety and a bit less Guild Wars 2, do you think you're in redoing the ad for something that shows a bit more the new focus, or changing other things to show more of that, like the main thing? As far as the ad, like right now, I'm stressed out of my mind that the website is like a month behind. So I'm not touching anything on that until Clam is back and manages to get everything caught up. As we had some scheduled updates for the website that was supposed to happen while he was gone, and apparently none of them happened. I don't know what happened there. There must have been some technical difficulties or something. But I want to get the website caught up. Also, be perfectly frank, I was thinking the website would be, it's doing good. I was expecting it to do much better than it currently is after a year. So I feel like we're constantly trying to improve, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what needs to happen for that. But I'm not satisfied with where it is right now, and we're trying to work on that. Yeah, the first streamer YouTuber I've seen who actually plays it after doing an ad